I'm Vila Loukas here with Eden Hershberger, and we are talking about the 5 key ingredients for inner radiance. So we are on number 5, which is all about creating new pathways and new patterns for yourself. So we started with the first key ingredient, which is connecting into the truth of your light. The second one is about clearing away what's not you. The third one is about listening for that inner truth, being able to hear it and act on it. The fourth one is about amplifying your joy, getting all powered up with what really inspires you. And this fifth one is really where the rubber meets the road, where it's like, this is about creating these new pathways, these new ways of operating in your life. Because before you were connected to your light, before you had that amplification of joy, you had certain ways of acting, certain ways of living your life that were essentially based on a lie. And so as you find the truth of who you are, as you get to know thyself, then a new way must emerge. And this, I have to say, is probably the most exciting and rewarding aspect of the journey, and definitely not easy. So anything you want to share about this, Eden?
Yeah. I mean, if I could speak to the woman that I was 5 years ago and show her who I am today, she would not believe it. I went through so much change and transformation through these 5 years, and especially in creating new pathways for myself. I was really challenged by the world and kind of being overwhelmed and bombarded constantly to the point of really needing to numb myself out and take myself out of the picture. I was just really dissatisfied with the world, and I chose a substance and I was dedicated to it 24/7. It was just something that was so unhealthy and such a toxic pattern that when I finally was able to make a different choice and understand my light and understand that that really wasn't who I was calling in and who I was desiring to be, it really made such an impact in my world of showing myself that light, showing myself that compassion to be able to make a new decision for myself. And, I've been 3 years sober now,
Wow.
which is incredible. And that's
amazing.
not something I would have believed for myself.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Yeah. Wow. So would you say it was a like, kabing, I got it now?
No, it took some real work. And that's what you were saying about the rubber meeting the road is like, I had to get traction within myself and within my light to be able to speak forward what I'm calling into existence.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I think that's part of, where we wanted to give you these 5 key ingredients for inner radiance, because they're ongoing. It's not like, oh, I've connected to my light. That's it. I'm good. So anyway, no, it's like constantly reconnecting in, and then, constantly clearing out. Like, is this me? No, it's not me. Okay, get rid of it. Okay, so then what is my inner truth? What is really true for me? Sometimes we don't want to hear that truth, right?
Right. And then it's also committing to that inner truth and really making change and making choices in your life, even just little tiny choices of changing your breakfast routine or whatever, to shift up the energetic pattern that's created and instilled in yourself.
Yeah. And what's really cool about all of this is that when you get in the habit of making new choices for yourself, it becomes a lot easier to just be continuously like, oh, I should try something new because that's my new habit.
Exactly.
Of new options.
Well, and it feels good.
Yeah.
That's the thing that is amazing. And speaking of, back to the joy piece, like it really does bring so much joy when you're like, oh, I accomplished this new thing and I feel different and I want to keep doing that.
Yeah. Yeah. And it does take that commitment, like you were saying, you have to continuously make that choice, which is one of the areas that people feel most challenged when they're wanting to make a new pattern or new pathway for themselves, which is where the lineage tools that come through the Modern Mystery School are game changers.
100%.
Because that's kind of been the missing piece, is having that extra oomph, the extra power within yourself. So when we talk about empower thyself initiation and 10 times the light and 10 times the energy and 10 times the power coming through, that's what we're talking about. So when you're faced with this decision of like, well, should I do the thing I usually do, or should I make a new choice? And like, oh, it's so much easier to default into this. All of a sudden that light and that power shows up, and it's like, we know this is the right way. We heard that inner truth and it said, go that way. And so then I'm going to make this new choice and go this new direction and create this new pattern and pathway for myself. And without the lineage tools, it's kind of, I'm not going to say impossible, because nothing's impossible, but a lot harder.
Agreed.
Yeah. Yeah. So, I've been working with these tools for over 15 years now, and and I've just been able to witness and support so many people making huge transformation in their life using these tools. And, Eden's been one of these people. And now, a new goal and mission to be getting to help people make these choices too. Yeah.
Yeah. Being able to step forward and support people on that journey is such an honor. And I'm really looking forward to diving into more conversations about helping you find your true joy.
Awesome. Lots more where all this comes from. Please get in touch so we can set up a one-on-one consultation, have a conversation about, your individualized path, the steps for you to take, or, just click on one of these links, set up your life activation, set it up with Eden, set it up with me, and we'll get going. And more than anything, we just want to say, shine your light. The world needs it. And we're here to help you do that.